Hey, hey, Facebook, and welcome back to the Daily Strength live edition, once again on Facebook. Remember, we do the Daily Strength not live edition on YouTube. We call those the Daily Strength, the nibblets, just little nibblets of strength. Check it out. So as everyone's coming in, we'll give a few seconds here. But we're going to do two awesome workouts today. We have another kettlebell face-off. Again, we have Alyssa and Rob joining us. So welcome, everybody. Let me know what you're having to drink in the comments. Let's get a little discussion going. So what we're going to show you are two of my favorites kettlebell routines for building both. It works a lot. There's a lot of ways that you can spin this routine. You can spin this routine to focus on strength or muscle endurance or metabolic. And you've seen this before. It's using every minute on the minute sets. So the idea is, hello Alex, how are you? Water, excellent, always good. So the idea of today's workout is we're going to really focus on muscle and muscle endurance by building a lot of density. So when it comes to building strength and muscle, you have to sort of understand the role that every variable plays, whether it's volume or intensity or frequency or density. So one important variable to understand for building muscle is density, or the amount of work that you do over a certain amount of time. And this is where every minute on the minute sets can be really useful. And we're going to show you two variations, one for the upper body and one for the lower body. And we're going to have the face-off again. So we'll let you decide which is worse, just like we did on the last video of the swings versus snatches, whether it's double clean and press is worse or front squats are worse. I have a few opinions on this, but I'd like to get yours. Alyssa, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Alex, welcome. So here's the way that this is going to work. If you want to do the upper body emphasis, you're going to do double clean and press. If you want to do the lower body emphasis, you're going to do front squats. And who's doing what? Rob, are you doing
the presses?
Rob's doing the presses. Good. Alyssa's doing the front squats. Here's the goal. They have to do 8 reps on the minute, every minute for 8 minutes. So not only is this just going to be metabolically horrendous, I promise that, and you're going to see the whole thing. You'll witness the entire spectacle. We're not going to let them just do 1 or 2 sets for demonstration and then get off the hook like I do. I'm going to superintend. We're going to make sure they go all the way through. You guys can cheer them on. And we'll see who has a better time, right? And then this is a really kind of minimalist but effective protocol that if you just took these two movements, if you just wanted to get strong across some big movements, gain a little bit of muscle, you could just do double clean and press and front squats and do on the minute, every minute sets. And sometimes you could go heavy with it and do, say, 3 to 5 reps on the minute, every minute for maybe 10 minutes, and then you could focus on density another day and do 8 reps on the minute, every minute like we're doing here. Wouldn't do them back to back. I'd structure it a little bit more intelligently than that. Chelsea, what is up? But, yeah, you guys pretty warmed up?
Yeah.
Let's hit some warm-up?
Yeah,
Let's do some warm-ups. Alyssa, you need to warm up? She good to go? Why don't you both just do like one warm-up set specifically?
Sure.
Because you're going to hop right into it. We don't want any lag. People ask me a lot about warm-ups. It's important. Warming up is important. And I get it. You're young. You're healthy. You don't feel like you need to warm up. Just warm up anyways because it's good to build that habit now. Because at some point you're going to need to warm up. Don't be foolish. Right? You can learn from the experience of people who've come before you. And if people who've come before you say, hey, warm-ups become more important as you age, just start warming up. Can never hurt. You build the habit now, and you're just going to help prevent injury later. So if something's tight, stretch it, do some foam rolling, do some crawling, do some light Turkish get-ups. I think those are all excellent warm-ups. Do some corrective exercises, and always do specific warming up. So if you know you're going to be pressing, press. Do some light pressing. Like warm the actual pattern up. If you know you're going to be squatting, do some squatting. Warm the actual pattern up. Nate, what is going on? Welcome everybody. So we're going to have a lot of fun here in just about a minute. So a few things. One, let me know what you're drinking in the comments. I had matcha green tea with lavender today and just a little smidge of coconut oil. That's what I had. So you tell me what you're having in the comments. And then number 2, let's play the game that we did last time. Let me know what you think is worse. Is front squats for 8 reps on the minute every minute, or double clean and press for 8 reps on the minute every minute? Which one of those is worse? So they're both clearly diabolical in their own right. But if you had to just pick one, for better or worse, what would it be? Chelsea said, like the email this morning. Thank you, Chelsea. I had fun writing it. Glad you enjoyed. Let's go take a peek at what these kids are doing, and we're going to get right to work. All right, here are the competitors yet again.
Here, do you want to go outside?
Oh, this looks pretty good. The truck. Let's see if we can see out there. Yeah, I don't trust that truck. That truck might start plowing through.
All right.
We'll keep it in here. All right, so we have Rob is going to be doing double clean and press. He's going to use, what are you using, Rob, 2x20?
Yeah, let's grab 2x20.
So Rob's going to be using 2x20 kilogram. Remember, you got to hit 8 reps on the minute, every minute. That's a lot of work. So you want to be really challenged, but you also want to be successful. But the density is important. So there's a few ways that you can play this workout. And you could obviously cut reps if you wanted, but if you wanted to keep the density going, which I would recommend, it's probably worth it to have a set of bells for a back-off set if you need to take that back-off set. Nate says, yes, short warm-ups are proven to be the best according to Russian research. Well,
Russian research.
If the Russians say so. Nate, drinking Cybation Extend Blue Raspberry, Branch Chain Amino. I haven't had that brand. I have not had that brand. Pickle juice. All right, do we have a timer? Alyssa, can we get the timer? So Alyssa's going to be doing front squats. 8 reps on the minute every minute. Rob's going to be doing double clean and press. Yo, Rob's a double clean and press man. That's all he does is double clean and press. Look at that. He's got that good wrestler physique. That's all double clean and press, right, Rob? He doesn't do anything else. Just double.
All I do.
That's it. He's just double clean and press.
He's a real essentialist.
He is a true minimalist, that Rob. So, all right.
So if I don't set it for a minute on the
just yeah. Here's a brief. I know you guys always see snippets of the gym, but here's the whole. Let's do the panorama. So we got the racks, all the kettlebells over here, an ode to Brian Petty right there. There's all the mats. Welcome everyone. There's Alyssa. We got our world famous dumpsters out there. This is everyone who thinks that I just work out in front of a set of dumpsters. I'm some kind of homeless person. The reason I work out there most of the time is this fluorescent lighting is just not always great, so it's sometimes easier to see when you go outside. Then we have our little hideaway, a little hideout here. This is where all the experimentation goes on, and that's where the camera was sitting before because we broke the tripod. Doing some handstand push-ups earlier. That's where I do some writing right there. Bathroom. If anyone needs to use the bathroom, it's right here. Right. And then, of course, all that space over there. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Do we have the timer set?
I'm ready.
All right, so all right, folks. Here's how this is going to go down, and I want to hear you vote on this. I don't know what's there to vote on because you can't get done first. Well, you could get done first. You could finish. You could finish sooner.
Yeah.
All right, who's gonna win?
Or who's going to miss 8 reps first?
That's a good one. All right, folks. Let's turn this into a competition. All right. So here's what I want you to do. Who is going to miss 8 reps first?
Or have to go down.
Or have to use a drop set first. Thank you, Rob. You're such a brain.
Yes.
So here's what we're doing one more time. Alyssa has to do front squats. 8 reps on the minute, every minute for 8 minutes. Rob has to do double clean and press. 8 reps on the minute, every minute for 8 minutes. Alyssa is using 2x12 kilogram. Rob is using 2x20 kilogram. So what I want to hear in the comments, before we get too far into it, who is going to miss their set of 8 first? Is it going to be Alyssa or is it going to be Rob? So we're asking who's the loser going to be? Just take a good look. Who's the loser? Is it Alyssa?
It might be me.
I have more confidence in that. Or is it Rob?
I was going to talk big, but...
All right, let us know in the comments. Just type Alyssa or Rob. There might be some type of prize in it for you, but probably not. All right, so I just hit start, right?
That's how it works, yeah.
Are y'all ready?
Yeah, let's hit it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. 8 reps on the minute, every minute. This is a great routine for really building work capacity, building strength, building muscle. Look at Rob. He's got a great flow. Remember, my money's on Rob. Remember, you're putting your money on the loser. We're betting in the negative. Rob, you're going to have such a gigantic trap and pec pump from the end of this.
It is so many.
That took you less than 30 seconds. Okay. So that means you're at about a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. That's what's going to make this. That's going to make this very challenging. So I don't know if anyone's regretting their choice of intensity or weight right now. We have 20 seconds left before we begin the next set. So remember, folks. All right. So you saw the first set. The question is, who is going to miss first? Who's going to have to use a lighter weight first or miss 8 reps first? Is it Alyssa?
No,
or is it Rob? All right. 3, 2, 1. Next set. We're on set number 2. 8 reps on the minute. Every minute for 8 minutes. We have a lower body option, building those glutes. This is a fantastic. Nate says Rob is going to die. This is a truly fantastic way to build muscle definition and even muscle mass across, you know, whatever pattern you want. Whether you want to focus on the lower body or the upper body. The lower body option is, of course, front squats, which you see Alyssa doing. Upper body is double clean and press. Good time. That took you both the same amount of time to do your second set as it did the first. John, what's up? That's 2 down. We're still taking votes. Who's gonna bail out first? Who's gonna miss those 8 reps first? Alyssa or Rob? This is a tough one. I don't know. I've done both of these so many times, yet I'm not sure. I think for me, I usually fail on the double clean and press sooner. 2, 1. I'm sorry, I did give you a countdown. Go, go, go. Good. Keep the breathing is critically essential for this. The density. This is all about density. Just getting a tremendous amount of work done in a very short amount of time. If you want to build strength and size, density is not the first variable you should worry about, but it is an important variable of how you play the density card, of how you integrate density into your routine. This is one way that you can build density into your routines, is by using every minute on the minute sets. You have 17 seconds. 17 seconds. Rob trying to control his breathing. That's good. Alec, what's up? John, how are you? Guys, give them some likes here. They're going to get started. 3, 2, 1. Give them encouragement. You know Alyssa, she needs it. Good job. So remember, it's double clean and strict press. So Rob's not using push press. He's got a smooth clean into a solidly established rack position, and then it's all upper body grind. Alyssa has this. You gotta vote.
Alyssa has the loss or the win?
I don't know. Yeah, remember, we didn't establish that very clearly. What we wanted to see is who's going to miss their set of 8 first. Is it going to be Alyssa or Rob? So you got to vote on who you think the loser will be. And that was number 3, right?
No.
That was 4. We're halfway. Halfway. Yeah, you're right. It says interval 4 of 8. Good thing you're not just trusting me. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. This is it. This is 5. They're past. They're over the hump. What timer are you using, Pat? I'm using Alyssa's. I'm just using Alyssa's timer. I have no idea what this is. We'll ask Alyssa when she's done. We won't make her talk in the middle of her set.
It's called the Seconds app.
It's called the Seconds.
And it's the free version.
You weren't willing to give them the $199 for the upgraded.
It's $4.99 for the upgraded.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
What nerve! How dare these capitalist pigs charge $5 for something useful? I don't
I'm trying to get money for something they created that I use regularly.
Somebody's got to put their foot down. Thank you, Alyssa. So that's called the Timers app. See, I just have an intern. The intern keeps time for me. It's called the Seconds app. Sorry. Listen to me. All right, 3, 2, 1. We'll definitely try this workout, says Ralph. Stay awesome and more power, Pat. Power to you, Ralph. I think you're going to love it. This is absolutely one of those love-hate workouts that you hate it while you're doing it, but then you feel fantastic after. Rob, how are the traps feeling? That was a test. Don't talk during the middle of your set. Good job, you passed. Darren, what's up? Oh, it's starting to add up.
Making us giggle.
It's starting to add up. Oh, he's got it. All right, I don't know if votes are going to count at this point. Nate says Tabata Pro app is the best that I found. It allows you to customize everything, and it's only $3.99. Alyssa, there you go.
What a deal.
God, for about the price of a really crappy coffee.
at Starbucks. You can get an app that would be useful for the rest of your life. But how dare they charge $3.99? Oh shoot, that's timer, guys. I'm sorry. Go, go, go. I'm too busy making jokes. Greg says at the end of the 10 minutes, well, it's 8 minutes, are they going to switch exercises and do 10 minutes, 8 minutes of the other? That sounds like a great idea. I don't think we'll make them do that.
All right.
Rob he's all right, there we go. Rob's doing the first back off. He made it to 7 out of 8, though. That's pretty good. He is pretty good. We got another vote to switch after the 8 minutes, by the way.
If we go a bit later.
Yeah. So notice, I want to just point out Rob here. He's really pushing it with the intensity and as far as he can. But notice how his technique remains consistent, right? So even when he's right at that point of failure, he's not compensating, right? He's not straining his neck. He's not leaning back. He's grinding. And this is really important. He's grinding within the appropriate pattern. He's not altering the mechanics to cheat a rep. He's grinding. He's pushing. That's really important. Sorry, last round, guys. Last one. But he's not allowing bad form to enter the equation. And that's why that is why Rob is a winner, even though he's a loser today. There's Alyssa. I have to admit though, I think the double clean and press is the more challenging of the two. I mean, just simply because your upper body is just not going to be able to handle as much as your lower body. But it's a much longer stroke, too. I mean, we're talking double clean and press. You got to clean the bells. You got to press the bells. It's a longer, more tiring movement. How'd it feel, though? Alyssa, could you have gone heavier?
No.
No. That was right there. You didn't seem to slow down too much, though.
I tried to keep it, but that's the thing with kettlebells is like I would have to add a considerable weight to move it up. You know? Next time I might try like a mix and match. I might do a 16-12 combo.
16-12, that's certainly a good idea. So that's the thing about kettlebells a lot of people ask is, how do you jump up to that next size weight? Since you can't really micro-load kettlebells unless you get like those little magnetic plates, you kind of have to be creative. And I think that's a good thing because it makes you think about other variables. How are you using volume and frequency and density to get stronger so you're not just relying on straight line intensity all the time. So let's bring it in and we'll finish with some closing thoughts. Oh, hey, there I am.
Oh, well, that was fun. And I'm sure they're going to commiserate for some time. So, folks, here's how I would do this. You could do both of these on the same day. It doesn't really matter what you start with. If you remember, I used to have an old program called the Prometheus Protocol, and it was double clean and press and front squats using on-the-minute, every-minute sets in various ways. Sometimes we would go heavier with it. You say 5 reps on the minute, every minute for 10 minutes, or 3 reps on the minute, every minute for 10 minutes, really working the strength and just trying to accumulate a higher intensity but at a lower density. And other times you flip it around and you can use this protocol for building muscle and muscle endurance, which this was more for that, right? So if you're somebody who wants to build muscle with kettlebells, this is a really good routine that you can start to incorporate. And the way Rob was like right on point, right? His intensity, those last 2 sets were a super grind. He had to use the back off, but he kept his form consistent. That's exactly what you want to see. Rob was using the right intensity for this routine. Greg says, great work. Going to try the clean and press option. Thanks for sharing. Of course, that's what I do. Nate says, Rob did awesome, representing us smaller guys. Yeah, remember, Rob, muscular dude, right? Because he does a lot of clean and press, but he's only like 130 pounds. He's a powerhouse. That's really impressive what he just did. And he wanted to use 24s at first. I'm like, you could start with that. Doing that with 24s is hard for me, and I've got like 20 or so pounds on Rob. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this routine. Let me know how it goes. If you do both options, tell me which one you prefer in the comments. Your likes, your shares, always appreciated, and we will catch you next time on the Daily Strength. Be sure to visit the YouTube channel as well. We got a lot of action going on in there. Farewell.